Hey, wayward traveler. So I'm just sitting here on a rainy day, thinking to myself, what is my greatest fear in the Philippines? Is it that my wife will leave me for another man, maybe a foreigner man with more money? It's always concerned when you marry a Filipina, I guess. Or maybe I would cheat on my wife with another Filipino, which is probably always a concern of hers. Or is my greatest fear that I may end up here homeless? We've seen many foreigners ending up homeless here. No money. They didn't budget correctly and stuff. No, I'm not really scared about that. I have a steady income coming in from the United States. And if we get this YouTube channel up and going, get that second income. Just while we're on that topic, one of my greatest goals is to get this YouTube channel at least to 1 million subscribers. Yeah, I know that's very ambitious, but at least to 1 million subscribers, because I want to do like be the Mr. Beast YouTube when it comes to travel channels. I want to give my subscribers things and opportunities that they could not get by themselves. So once I get a certain amount of subscribers, I want to like do trips. Like I'm going to Thailand. I'm bringing this subscriber with me. Yay! Hotel covered. $1,000 per diem. Let's go. Things like that, or Philippines and stuff like that. Just to, sometimes viewers may watch these YouTube channels, but they don't have the means or income to travel overseas. So as a channel, I would like to help people come and see the places they've never been to. Now, you getting a passport, that's on you. I know many of my fellow Americans don't have passports. Now, y'all Australians and European fans, I know y'all do, so it'll be easy for y'all. So I want to do something like that. Now, what is my greatest fear? Honestly, the greatest fear for me in the Philippines is what is known as creepy crawlers. Ever since I was 7 years old and I found a tick in my ear, my grandfather found a tick in my ear, I hate insects. I hate them to the passion. Especially when I'm sleeping. If I'm sleeping, I don't like anything crawling me. My skin's very sensitive. I can feel things crawling me. The other day I woke up and saw a spider crawling me. Oh my goodness. Mosquitoes. I don't like mosquitoes. I hate those little lizard things here. I remember seeing when I lived in Florida, there were so many of those lizards. So I never really liked that. There are a few insects I'm okay with. Butterflies. Oh, they're butterflies. So I'm okay with them. Caterpillars I can touch, but they're still more or less the butterfly. And those little pill bugs, the little ones when you're a kid and you flick them and they turn into a little ball and you flick them around like a pinball machine. Well, that's what I do. Don't like ants. Don't like ants crawling me. So I guess that's the greatest thing for me. It's like when I finish building this house, I am going to make it insect-proof, mouse-proof. Yeah, that's a bigger thing also. Like right now, when I'm building my house, boy, if you leave just a smidge amount of food out, the mice will come. Like in my room, I forgot to put up the fudgy bars. These like little fudgy bars from the Philippines. And I heard this. I was like, what the? Grabbed it back. Little mouse jumped out, ran underneath the door. I was like, son of you got to be careful. And so rodents is a very big thing, especially in the tropical paradise. Because, winter usually kills most of these things. But they're in the tropic area and raining. Oh my goodness, I hate creepy crawlers. Another thing I hate is that one time I was in Thailand and it started raining heavily. Oh my God, like 1 million cockroaches came out of the sewer, started running on the sidewalk. I was like, oh my goodness. I don't know, so that's my greatest fear. I'm not really worried about my wife, my daughter doing anything towards me to make me unhappy. We're a very happy family. Later in videos, especially when I get back to the US, I'm going to do a video if you want to know how to get a K1 visa and what's your best route to getting a K1 visa and documents you need. Especially if you have me and my wife had our daughter out of wedlock. So we had to do a different way to the US Embassy to get her child born abroad certificate from the US to make her a US citizen. So I'm going to get more in depth in that stuff later. What else are we going to do on this channel? So I want to do giveaways. Definitely want to do trip giveaways to fans. Talk about how to get a K1 visa. Going to talk about how a Filipino adapts to living in the U.S. My wife had a I guess the aspect of loneliness mostly. I live in Atlanta, Georgia, so there's not really a huge Filipino community. She lived in California, Chicago, places like that. There's some huge Filipino communities, or Florida, especially near military bases. Huge Filipino community near military bases, like the naval base in Jacksonville, or stuff like that, or especially naval bases in California. Another thing is looking for Filipino food that they desire from their hometown. We have one called Manila Mart in Atlanta. I'll show that in a later video. And I'll also show you how to mail those bike boxes, the Filipino boxes that goes back to here. Show you how to mail those and the steps to do that and where you can locate them. And so usually you can find them mostly in most states, I think. So yeah, so if you're marrying a Filipino, these are things you got to think about. Getting my wife her work authorization card, her starting work at Macy's for the first time. It's an adapting. She finds a lot of American workers lazy. I mean, simple jobs. They're like so lazy about it. And that's America. They want all that money, but they don't want to work for it. So that's what makes Filipinos really good workers. They appreciate the little bit of money. Like when my wife was getting $20 an hour, while most Filipinos can barely make, I don't know, $10 a day. So yeah, she's very appreciative of that. She wants to get more into the fashion aspects in the Philippines. So I guess my wife's greatest fear is, the aspect of providing for her family while abroad. So these are things you need to worry about. Now, our end goal, of course, is to move to the Philippines permanently. Maybe 1 more year. We're going to do 1 year in the U.S. when we leave this vacation, earn enough money to finish a house, then probably do another year in America. So I don't know. I keep telling my wife she should stay there at least for 4 years to go to college, because I get free money. She gets free money to go to college with my military benefits. So I told her to take advantage of it. But if she doesn't want to, she doesn't need to. I'm not going to force her. My daughter, she's going to have also free school money when she gets that age. So yeah, it's really hard when you've never been married before and trying to provide for a family. It's really difficult sometimes, because when you're single, you just worry about yourself. But here, you got to worry about everybody else and the extended family. You know what I mean? The extended family big. Anyway, that was my greatest fears in the Philippines. Is creepy crawlers. I hate bugs. I hate insects. What sucks about it is I love winter. I love the snow. And being in the Philippines, I'm never going to see that unless global warming really shakes it up and brings snow to the Philippines, which I doubt. Anyway, this is just a little open up video. Just to get to know me a little bit more. Probably talk more about how me and my wife met and our entire 7 years together. Yes, me and my wife have been together for 7 years. Now we've only been married for about 2.5 years. Yeah, 2.5 years now. We have our 3rd anniversary coming up in September of this year. So, knock on wood, that goes well. I would like to take her to Paris, France. My wife's really into fashion, handbags. I'll also show you the things about what happens when a Filipino comes to America and they discover fashion and they want to get all those designer handbags. From Michael Kors, Coach. The latest bag I got my wife for Christmas was a Tom Ford purse. That she loves dresses. Dresses not so bad. She doesn't really care too much about designer dresses, besides Michael Kors, because it's the only thing that fits her. My wife is an XXS, so it's the only one that fits her. Karl Lagerfeld fits her pretty well. That's about it. So yeah, so there's gonna be a lot of things I'm gonna talk to you, especially when I get back to the U.S. and how if you marry a Filipino and you bring to the U.S., they're gonna miss home a lot. And most likely your end game is gonna be moving to the Philippines closer to her family, even though that means moving away from your family. But your family has enough money they can visit you. Anyway, thank you for joining me on this tell all wayward traveler, little Filipino Irish American boy living in the Philippines. Well, visiting the Philippines right now. Until next time, travel on, traveler.